Me on social media as Sparkle with Amber Raye. I wanted to share the branding that I do with my team. Remember, if you're on Team Sparkle, you get all of my training for free, and I would love to do a one-on-one coaching call with you if we haven't done one yet. If you're not a part of my team, I've been getting asked a lot to do coaching calls, and I just don't have the time. I do so many of these with Team Sparkle that I can't do a personal call unless you are a part of my organization. So that's why I created this. I hope it's helpful. I know what my team has been having massive success once they actually get their branding and their niche down and they know exactly who they're talking to, which you're going to learn in this training. So, the first thing I do when I do my brand discovery calls is I ask my team 6 very specific questions to help me determine the direction that they should go with their branding. This helps them get to thinking about what they can offer, what kind of value they can give, and who exactly they have that they should be talking to. So, number one, what unique experience have you had in your life? Some of the answers I've gotten are I lost 200 pounds, I was a single mother, I went to esthetician school, I struggle with ADD. All of those are really good because those are unique experiences that you can give value on and that you can teach other people who also are experiencing those experiences as well. Number two, what resources do you wish you had available for you when you were going through that experience or just learned about that experience within yourself? 3, what questions do people always ask you about? Now, this one I want to take a second just to talk about this a little further. So, I get the wrong answer on this all the time. They say there's no wrong answer, but there is because people are always talking about the question they get in their business. And that's not what I'm talking about. We are talking about you as a brand, you as a person, your experiences that you've had in life. Nothing to do with your business, okay? So a lot of the women who I'm coaching, they are like, well, I don't have any questions that people ask me. Nobody asks me anything. It's not true. I really want you to dig deep. I want you to think, what are questions people ask you? I promise you, people ask you something, not about your business. So after I have my team who I'm working with, after I have them really dig deep and really think about it, that's when I get the real answers. So it might be something like I get asked how I meal prep. I get asked how I stay organized as a single mom while I'm working full time. I get asked my favorite spaghetti recipe. You get asked something, I promise you. So really think, what are the questions people ask you about? Number 4, do you even want that to be your niche? Do you even want that to be a part of your brand? So maybe the questions people are asking you are something that you don't want to brand yourself on. So it's your brand. You get to decide what it is, right? So do you even want that to be? What do you envision your brand being? What's the type of woman you want to talk to? These are some questions you need to ask yourself. 5, what are 3 specific skills related to your niche that you could teach somebody else? So, for example, let's say you are a female entrepreneur who struggles with ADD. You could teach your niche, you could teach your community different systems that you use, different tricks and tips that you use to stay focused while you're working. Let's say you're a single mom. You could teach meal prepping. You could teach freezer meals. You could teach things to other women who are in your niche. You get what I'm saying? Okay, number 6. What do people always ask for your help on? Now, this is completely different. It's very similar to the first question, the second question I asked you, but it's different. This is, what do they ask your help on? So this is where you're going to know where your influence lies. You're going to know what people see you as, what people see you as helping with. So what do people ask you for help on? Okay, and it all boils down to one thing, you guys, and that's influence. Who you have influence with. So people buy from those who they like and trust, right? And to get somebody to like and trust you, you have to have influence over them. So I hate using the phrase having influence over somebody. Like, I feel like that just sounds kind of like a negative thing, but in sales, that's really what it is. That is what it is the people that you have influence over are going to buy from you. So, for example, I've worked with women who I love this. I love that people are, reaching out for those who are better than them in the business. I've always been taught to do that. I want people on my team who are better than me. I want customers who are smarter than me. I want to be in rooms with people who are making more money than me. Like, I'm always going after people who are better than me because I can learn from them, right? But I don't have influence over them. They have influence over me. So we're looking for people that we have influence over. So let's say you're starting new on my team and you're not that great at makeup and, you're not that great at makeup application yet, which is normal. I wasn't when I started either. You're a beginner when it comes to that. Going after someone like Jeffree Star probably isn't going to be successful for you. You don't have influence over them. They have influence over you. They're going to say, hey, you should buy my makeup instead. Example, I don't have influence over 20-year-old girls, but I do have influence over their moms. 20-year-old girls aren't going to buy from me. They probably do their makeup better than me. They have better skin than me. I have great skin according to their moms. I know who's buying from me. And that is who I'm going to talk to. That is who I'm going to market to, is the person that I know is going to give me the sale. And so I know I have influence over women 35 plus. I know that. They're going to like the makeup that I do. They're going to like the stuff that I post about because that is me. And my brand is my life. I'm monetizing my life. That's what I'm teaching you guys to do, is to take the life that you're living right now and learn how to monetize it. So first we need to know who we can actually sell to, who you have influence over, okay? Now that we know who we're talking to, and you might not know yet, if you're at this point in the training and you're like, I still don't know who I'm talking to, that's okay. It shouldn't be immediate. This should take some time. It should take you a few days. Write things down. Really think about it. But once you figure out who you have influence over, who you can give value to, who in that niche you can teach something to, now you need to make that very, very clear in your bio. Very, very clear with the content you're putting out. Now, this was supposed to be a video, but that's okay because all I need to show you is the bio. So I know who I have influence over. I know who I'm selling to. So the formula for your bio is who you are. I'm Amber. I'm your virtual bestie. Who you're helping. I help women 35 plus. How you're going to help them. Look and feel hot AF through cosmetics and skincare. Now, I want to point something out to you. I am very specific and strategic when I created this bio. I didn't put look and feel hot AF through cosmetics and skincare just because. I don't go walking around my daily life talking that way. I don't talk like that. In real life, if you met me, I don't talk like that. But it's very specific because I'm looking for the women who I have influence with. So let's say I'm talking to a very conservative woman. She's going to see my stuff. She's going to see my stories. She's going to see my content. I'm not for her. We are not going to align, okay? Now, I would love to have her on the team. I would love to follow her, but the majority of women who are more conservative really aren't the type of people who follow people like me. They aren't going to like that I have plastic surgery. They're not going to like that I wear a thong bikini. They're not going to like me as a person in my brand. So I know, okay, I don't need to change. I don't need to change to fit her. Instead, I need to attract those who like me for who I am. That's my brand, right? So that is why I was very, very on purpose when I put look and feel hot AF through cosmetics and skincare. Because the women who aren't going to align with me, they're going to read that and they're going to say, what? Ew, they're not going to follow me, okay? So I'm weeding them out. And I am finding people who align with me. Now, your brand doesn't have to be like mine. You could be the most conservative woman in the whole entire world watching this training, and this can be very, very successful for you because you're finding your brand. Your brand's not my brand. You're finding yours. Does that make sense? Okay. So we have the bio. Now we know what kind of direction our content should go because your feed is going to be very specific. No more posting just randomly. No more posting just everything on your feed. We are not doing that. So we are talking directly to that person, that niche that you chose, okay? We're talking directly to her. So all of your content that lives on your feed is going to be related to her. The reason is this is our community. This is our audition. All right. What I mean by that is whatever you're using at the time, whatever's big at the time, right now, at the time of me recording this training, somebody might listen to this training a year from now and it might be different at that time. But at this time, right now, it's Reels and it's TikTok. Those are the things that are getting you the most exposure in front of new people that have never seen you before. So I treat it as an audition. What I mean by that is I have 1 second to catch their attention. Now, if I just had just anything, just randomly with no purpose behind it, I'm probably not going to catch the people in my niche. And I did this in the beginning, especially on TikTok. I attracted 20,000 Middle Eastern men. That is not my demographic. That is not who I want to talk to. I don't want them following my account. That is what I followed because I just did random little dances and singing, like the fun stuff that you see on TikTok. They were following me because they were probably perverts. Let's just be honest here. And that's not my target market. That's not the people who I'm going after. So I did that the wrong way in the beginning, right? And I attracted the wrong people. So the content that you put out is your audition. So now I will put out a video that says, are you a woman who struggles with hooded eyes? Me too, girl. And I will teach them how to do a winged liner for hooded eyes. That is directly to my niche. 35 women 35 plus, right? I am talking directly to them in all of the content that I put out on my social media because here's what happens. You're going to catch them with your audition. Okay, you're going to catch them. They're going to say, oh, that video is really good. They're going to go to your profile. They're going to see your bio. I help women 35 plus look and feel hot AF through cosmetics and skincare. And now if they are my people, if they are aligned with me, they're going to say, girl, yes, that is what I need. And they're going to see the other content that's posted on my feed. And they're going to say, oh my gosh, I love this. I love it. Like it's talking to them. All of it's talking to them. So I'm very, very specific with what I post on my feed. And you just notice I keep saying feed because that's going to be completely different than your stories. Your stories is everything. You can post everything. This is where I sell. I post myself taking my makeup off at night. I post myself making my morning coffee. I post myself getting on my treadmill while I work. I post my kids. I post my dogs. I post my shopping hauls at Target. I post everything about my life in my stories. Okay, this is where people get to know who you are. You can post everything here because it just stays on there for 24 hours. This is behind the scenes. This is not the same type of stuff you post in your feed. Your feed lives there forever. Your feed has to be very specific, directed to your niche. Okay, this is how you build a community. Your stories is everything. And I try to make the stories very, have a lot of like interaction. I try to make it interactable. So I do a lot of posts. I do a lot of polls. I do a lot of questions. I do a lot of this or that because people love to interact. And that's what we want. We want them to interact because then the algorithm says, okay, people are liking what she's putting out. Let's start putting more of her stuff out. So your stories is everything. And here's another example. Again, it's supposed to be a video, but you can just see from these 3 photos even. So this account, I found her on TikTok, and then I started following her over on Instagram. Hers is about low carb food. So you don't see pictures of her, like she's an influencer too, and she has her a separate account that's just influencer stuff. But she doesn't post that on this page. This page is strictly low carb recipes. And now if it was a video, you would see her other pieces of content are mostly recipes. That's it. That's why I followed her, because I'm like, oh, that looks like a good recipe. I went on her feed. I said, oh my God, they all look good. I got to follow her. Oh, she has an Instagram. I'm going to follow her on Instagram too. So that is what her account is about, is low carb. All of her stuff is talking about low carb. Does that make sense? So you really are talking to one specific person. So you need to figure out who it is you have influence over, number one, what you can teach them. And now a lot of times I hear people who I'm working with say, well, my unique experience, it might be weight loss. Let's say it's weight loss. That's too saturated. I want to back you up a minute because there's only one of you. And I know this sounds kind of corny, but it's true. There's only one of you with your unique experiences, with your unique intake on it, like, or input on it. Like, there's only one of you. So you're going to bring something different. I don't feel anything's oversaturated because it doesn't have you in it. Okay. People buy from you. They don't care what company you're in. So please, please, please stop posting generic photos from your company. Stop posting those. They don't care. That's an advertisement. They care about you. People buy from people they like, they respect, and they trust. It's going to be very easy to get people's respect and trust when you're giving them value, right? So I hope this was helpful. If you want more training, you can text training to 763-334-6465. You can also follow me on all the platforms at Sparkle with Amber Raye. If you are out of the country, unfortunately, I can't text you, but you can sign up for my free training emails over at sparklewithamberraye.com. All right, I hope it was helpful. So go build your brand.